Well, I've heard of breakdancing, but this is ridiculous. Melbourne recruit ruckman Bruce Joycey makes a useful debut for the Bulldogs. And club record for Tiger ruckman Peter Carey, and the banner says it all. Good evening and welcome to action from the latter half of round 15. Of course, you'll remember last night that North Adelaide beat Woodville in the rain out at Football Park by 23 points. And I suppose the major news during the week was the appointment of Bob Hammond to coach the Sydney Swans. Bob had resurrected Norwood in the 1970s, and he was asked to do a patch and glue job on a beleaguered Sydney Swans. And without giving away too much, he did it very well indeed. Well, back here in Adelaide, we've had a week of miserable weather. It's been very, very cold indeed. There's been a bundle of rain, including constant rain overnight. But it didn't seem to affect the football that was played today. So let's have a look at the final scores now. And you can see there the upset of the round, Norwood toppling the league leaders by 32 points. Norwood 19-7, 121 to Port 13-11, 89. South Adelaide brought to a halt Central's dazzling run, 17-16, 118. 47-point victors over Central District, 10-11, 71. Glenelg 17-15, 117 were 20-point victors over West Adelaide, 14-13, 97. And the game was a bit closer than those scores indicate. Glenelg kicked a couple of scores right near the final siren. And West Torrens handed out a caning to Sturt. And how low can Sturt go? West Torrens 25 goals, 16, 166 to Sturt 12, 16, 88. Well, Sturt are in real trouble, aren't they? First, we're going out to Football Park, and it's the game where Norwood handed out a football lesson to Port Adelaide today. They'd been blitzed by Central District last Sunday up at Elizabeth. They'd had two injuries. Tom Warhurst and Scanlon were out of the side, and Michael Aish was very well held last week. They were fighting for fifth place, with Sturt having what looked to be a relatively easy game. Port Adelaide, on the other hand, were cruising along, well-oiled machine, playing very disciplined football. They'd regained three of their injured players in Russell, Johnston and Harvey, but they had lost Clifford and Anderson. Well, these games between the Redlegs and the Magpies are traditionally bruising affairs historically, and today was no difference, as you'll see when we join this game at the 4.5-minute mark of the first quarter, and the commentators are Jerry Harrison and Darryl Hicks.
So Ben Harris, the Port Adelaide custodian, kicks it high, still gets good distance into this breeze, and Hall takes a fine mark for Norwood. Quickly down to McIntosh. He drives towards the square. It went off the side of the boot slightly, and the mark will be paid to Ben Harris on this last line of defence.
Well, the two big men opposed, Neil Hine and Ben Harris. That will be a good duel, and with the breeze at their tail, Norwood will be looking for Hine at full forward.
Almost another big mark by Hall. It has been paid, and he will take this kick. Could well be within scoring distance. It's a relatively acute angle, but if he can get it up in the air, the wind will help it on its way. John Hall, return to league company, and the distance is there. The accuracy, I think, also. It's just cleared. It's a goal. Norwood take the lead. 1 goal, 1-2. Port Adelaide, 1 goal, 5 minutes into the first term. Hine into ruck now for Norwood against Kennedy, who's playing particularly well. Keith Thomas got the hand pass over. McIntosh trying to work it out. Gets it again. Look for Jarvis. Finds Gallagher. And he hooks into the space. Behind centre-half forward, Albie Menzel, a finely judged mark in opposition to Curtis.
Well done, Albie Menzel. Used the breeze behind Curtis and took a strong mark.
Menzel, not a long kicker of the ball, but he could well be within distance. 45-degree angle. He's got the distance okay. And the accuracy, and Norwood moved to 3 goals, 1. Port Adelaide a 1-1. 13-minute mark first turn. Kennedy opening well in ruck. Stalemate on that occasion. Gallagher with good finger control. Straight towards the goal square. Ace fine judgment in opposition there to Craig Eben.
Well, 30 seconds ago we saw Albie Menzel in a similar position. This time it's Michael H.
Michael H, who was opened in the forward pocket. Chips away at the ball and has put it through. Norwood moved to 4 goals, 1. 18 points clear of Port on 1-1. 13-minute mark first term. Kennedy and Hine. Again, Kennedy to tap. McIntosh possession. Back for Jenkins. into the centre half forward spot. Curtis reading it well. Tackled by Menzel. And Anthony Williams trying to get clear. Robbed by Payne. Back to Keith Thomas. Chips away short to the leader, Michael Ace. Norwood really making the ball work. A game with all the earmarks of the first league game under lights for points. Ace hits the woodwork. Norwood moved to 4 goals to Port 1-1. Ben Harris. High ball and good distance to that outer side. Kennedy front spot, forced away by Hine. Menzel takes from Michael Annie. Kennedy back in for Port. Goes wide to Kinnear. He's got the running Bradley at centre wing and will use him well. The space to work in Bradley as Knight lets the defender go forward. Bradley could get run down. It's a shocking kick looking for Evans. He taps it back to Marnie. The running Bradley, who's backed up a long way, and that's a magnificent individual performance by Bradley for their second goal. Port Adelaide 2-1, trail Norwood 4-2.
Craig Bradley took the ball from centre wing, evaded an opponent and put the ball in front of Tim Evans. It evaded him. Wayne Marnie gave out the quick hand pass to the overlap from Bradley. Excellent play from Craig Bradley and his first goal.
Craig Bradley in this right forward pocket. Covering a lot of ground. Fires it high. Gives Evans the run at it. Russell was there also. Tackled high was Baum. Ebert, Smith. Well smothered. Ebert again. Gave ground. Oh, he's found Gallagher of Norwood. And away they go. Half forward right. Anthony Williams versus Kelly to help out Leslie. Kelly trying to get clear. Off the ground, Harrison finds Kennedy. He's got Bradley loose on that flank again. Forced right out towards the boundary line. Then chips the ball into the right forward pocket. Hines sets. Belton spoils. Knocked over nicely by Belton. It's wide. Tapped over again by Russell. Knight. Evans in the goal square. And a goal for the Magpies. 3 goals to. They trail Norwood 4-2. 22 minutes played in the first term.
Port Adelaide kicking against the breeze, created a loose man first by Bradley on the half-forward flank. He went eventually to Belton, who slipped out the hand pass, and Evans was there for the easiest of goals. And there's a little bit of action between Baum and Evans, the fullback, and his full forward.
Hine versus Smith. The latter, good tap away to the goal square, but Jarvis in the way for Norwood. Bends it back. Cole, read that play well. Slips it to Bradley. Bradley's shot at goal is online. And Port Adelaide tie the scores at 4-2 each. 23-minute mark first term. Michael Annie and Johnston. McIntosh. Payne. Jenkins. Welsh-Everett at Fosdyke, and Keith Thomas within shot at goal.
That's better football with Norwood, using the ball with control, started by McIntosh and Thomas within scoring distance.
About a 60-degree angle. The distance ought not cause him a problem, but he's allowed too much for it. Straight towards the behind post, and Big Hine will be paid the mark at second attempt. Neil Hine. Massive reach. He's on a very, very tight angle in that left forward pocket. Not over much daylight between the posts. He's got the opportunity to swing around. There's no one guarding that. Whether he's experienced or astute enough, he's used a little bit. Good enough, he says. It's a goal. Norwood lead, 5 goals to. Port Adelaide 4-2. 3 minutes of time unplayed in the first term. Harris electing to come grandstand side. He's looking out here for Leslie, but Michael Annie's with him. Spoils well. Payne the front spot, or left it behind badly. Leslie looking for the free kick, couldn't get it. Trying to work out there, Keith Thomas to Mike McIntosh. Payne ducked it. Oh, lucky to get the free kick. Got it at centre half forward, but holding the ball for mine.
Norwood controlling the ball in the last 10 minutes. Despite Port's advantage with the breeze.
Direct kick from Payne. Forced away by Leslie. Curtis the hand pass to Anthony Williams. Wide looking for Cole. Jenkins takes. Duncan Fosdyke balances. Puts it long and high towards goal. And he's put it through for a magnificent goal. Norwood moved to 8-4. Port 4-3. 16-minute mark, second term. Hine versus Smith down to Fosdyke. Good kick into this breeze. Harrison spoils well. The bounce doesn't favour Michael Ace. Leslie through, but McIntosh is there. Gives it to Gallagher. Gallagher looking for run. Michael Ace, bad hand pass. Belton in. Nice hand pass for Kinnear. Further to Russell from the centre wing area. Port Adelaide trying to work it down. Hooks it into the centre half forward spot. Almost Jarvis out looking for Jim Teal. He's caught well. Bruce Winter hands and knees over to Jarvis. Further still for Fosdyke. Couldn't evade that fellow. Marnie in nicely. Knight with the ball. Over the line he goes. Jarvis swoops. And Norwood come clear off the half-back line to the centre wing area where Big Johnston's in the way for the mark.
Well played, Stephen Keane in the last line for Norwood. Strong play, kept possession, and now Johnston takes it forward for Port.
Uses Craig Ebert. He chips away short to the lead of his brother, and Russell Ebert has it on the front white line of the square. Ebert could well kick this if he has a go at it. Favouring the drop punt. No, it'll drop in the square. Wall of players up there. Almost Marnie, in fact, he's got the mark. The smallest of the lot, and he emerged with the ball.
Well, the ball went in further than expected, over the top of Neil Hine, who seemed to be perfectly positioned. Marnie marked.
Wayne Marnie posts his first goal, and Port moved to 5 goals 3. Norwood are on 8 goals 4, 18-minute mark, second term. Johnston starting to take charge in ruck. Hellier couldn't trap it. Jenkins to Michael Ace. It's a magnificent hand pass by Jenkins and a good pass to find Payne from Ace. He's looking to run it quickly. Menzel under pressure. Tumbles one. Hall looking to use the body. Harris is equal to the cause. Leslie. Gill. And he'll get out of it as he finds Marnie inside half back. He uses Harris. Shocking hand pass for the big fellow. Marnie's caught with the ball, however, did it well and finds Kinnear off the half-back line. Driving in low, looking for Russell, not finding that player. Keane, the sweeper, has let it through. Belton looking for Russell even, but in the way was the ever-reliable Bruce Winter. Jarvis now, half forward, is trouble behind play. Fosdyke the mark. Kick up looking for and finding Keith Thomas. He's got Payne, he ought to use him. Over the top again is the answer, but Payne rides it and pops it through for his third goal. Norwood get away to a 31-point lead. 10-4, Port 5-3, 25-minute mark of the second term.
Well, Norwood have effectively used this grandstand side, ran the ball wide. Thomas gave it to Payne. He looked as if he'd been tackled, broke clear, snapped, and that's an excellent goal to the flanker.
Johnston favoured by the bounce, but Keith Thomas it is taken out. Johnston, the kick, penetrating screw punt two off the boot. Russell Ebert used the body well. Face of goal, steadies, plenty of time, he's still in. Wide he comes to Russell. Oh, well done. Evades cleverly, pops it through, and 2 quick goals get Port back in the game. 7-3, they trail Norwood 10-4, and in fact, that's the half-time score. Norwood 10-4, 64, leading Port Adelaide 7-3, 45. Jim Teal to take this kick in, direct and long towards the square. Off hands. Gallagher trying to work through, but Leslie's in the way. Hooks the ball into the space. Smith sets, and a good solid mark. Port Adelaide into this choppy breeze, performing well in the first 6 minutes of play. Smith has an opportunity directly in front. Awkward kick off the boot, but it's effective enough. And Port Adelaide moved to 8 goals for, trailing Norwood 10-4.
Infringement given away by Jenkins, who realised he was outreached.
Johnston chips away short, looking for Leslie, and takes the mark in front of Michael Addy.
Martin Leslie's been a good player. Begins the rebound. Now it's Phil Harrison running through centre. Baum out in front, keeps the ball in front, and he's been paid the mark by the umpire.
Craig Baum coming to this grandstand side to the lead of Jenkins, beautifully distributed to find his chest. Kicks blindly. Albie Menzel's run there, but Craig Kelly, a fine, solid mark. Kelly from the centre wing area to the half forward and lead of Michael Ace, and that's another solid mark. Norwood forwards really lifting, but it's not showing on the scoreboard. Keith Thomas the mark now. And Thomas could well be within distance. Thought about Menzel.
Good ball control, Norwood. Free kicks, maintain possession rather than blast as they had previously.
Gallagher gives the lead, and Thomas dispatches perfectly. Good purchase by Philip Gallagher. Left it till the last minute and ran to the space. It's closer in than he was with the previous kick, which he goaled. This time favours a drop punt, equally as effective. Kicks his second, and Norwood move to 12 goals 5. Port Adelaide 8-5, 13-minute mark, third term. Prolific kick getter for Port Adelaide, Paul Belden. Wide he comes. Smith's been left loose out here. Time to steady after an error. Oh, well done, Craig Kelly. Johnston goes in, runs straight into Smith. Michael Annie trying to work it out. Johnston there. Leslie getting clear. Puts McIntosh to ground, but he got it to Jenkins. Jenkins to ground and penalised for holding the ball.
Well, it was a good passage of strong body play. Good competition.
Cole. Direct and low. Evans. Played the mark for over the shoulder.
Behind the plate.
Player down and back there. Wayne Russell is the fellow that really stirred things up there.
Been a lot of spite in the game.
Jim Teal emerging. After all that rugged stuff, we go back to a technical free kick for an over-the-shoulder competing for a mark. 2 goals. Timmy Evans. Young Marnie's in the hands of the trainers. Evans kick at goal. Is through the centre and Port move to 10-5, trailing Norwood 12-5. Ben Harris using that outer defensive flank. It's a wall of players there. Johnston almost. Big Hine does it well to McIntosh. He's got balanced onto that left foot. The shot at goal is a beauty. It's through for his first. Norwood 14-6, leads Port 10-5 by 25 points, 21-minute mark, third term. Kennedy into ruck for Port. Hines there for Norwood and the tap. Teal works it to Gallagher. A blind kick half forward left. But Norwood have got the numbers on the deck. Payne circling, running into trouble. Oh, inexperienced by the lad. He could lose it. Got it back to Big Hine. Good agility to Gallagher. Long he finds Keith Thomas with space. Thomas high and long towards goal. And it's home. Keith Thomas kicks his first goal. And Norwood move to 15-6, Port 10-5. Norwood led by 12 points at the first change, 19 at half-time, and extended that to 37 at lemon time. Russell in ruck, but Hall cleverly back to Keith Thomas, who fumbled. Then it was Jim Till to McIntosh, and he finds Hallier, who's put down by Johnston. 15-metre penalty. Hallier ought fault. There's no one standing the mark. Does that now. Oh, another 15-metre penalty.
Well, Stephen Williams came in from the side. The umpire hadn't called play on, and another 15-metre penalty was awarded. Hellier probably still just outside his scoring distance.
I'll back him for distance. 50-metre kick required, but he is a defender. I wouldn't put money on the accuracy. Rowan Hellier pushes it across the face of goal. Oh, fine take, Kelly. Came in from the side magnificently. Anthony Williams in trouble on the ground.
Rowan Hellier awarded his second 15-metre penalty, put the ball in high. Kelly over the top, the strong mark.
Craig Kelly puts it through for his second goal, and that could be a valuable one for Norwood. 17-6. They lead Port Adelaide 10-5, 3-minute mark, final turn. Michael Ace, Keith Thomas short. He prefers to go longer. Searching the goal square. Hine in front. Big Johnston roves well this time. Long hand pass Gill to Anthony Williams, then back up to Take It Well. Kicks to the half-back line. Craig Ebert over the head. Stephen Williams does it well. Russell trying to break clear, succeeds. Chips away short. Bradley uses the run wide of Leslie. Almost up to half-forward, driving for and finding Tim Evans. Well out from goal. Indicative of the Norwood defensive play.
That's very effective play by Port Adelaide. Dwayne Russell, a perfect pass on the run, a very effective player.
3 goals to Tim Evans. Fires it high and on line and hits the woodwork. Port now trail by 41 points. Bruce Winder coming this grandstand side again, looking for Jim Teal. Russell's got the drop on him this time, and a fine mark taken.
Well, that's one of the great skills of Dwayne Russell, the chest mark.
Clearing the head of the pack. The back Knight didn't want the ball, but he's allowed Evans through. And again he hits the post. Luck not just with Port Adelaide. They trail by 40 points.
Tim Evans, 2 kicks, 2 posters.
Bruce Winder out of the back pocket. Depth in the kick to centre wing. Michael Annie sets and takes. Circling, little to kick to. Fires looking for Kelly versus Anthony Williams. Payne swoops. Too much pace for Kinnear. Over to Greg Thomas. Try to work it back. Stolen by Kinnear to the half-back line. And Michael Annie again, a safe mark.
One of the features of the game, the strong marking of the taller player.
In the centre half forward. Payne in front. He's favoured by the bounce. Can't get back around. Feeds it over now to Gallagher. Steadies and hooks towards goal. And that's number 3 on the board. And Norwood extend their lead to 39 points. 18 goals, 6 to Port Adelaide, 11-9. 15-minute mark, final turn.
David Payne in trouble. Turned inside. Claim slipped out the hand pass to Gallagher. Who better to give the ball to than the running centre wingman, who on the left foot snapped accurately.
Cole running from the half-back line to centre half forward. A well-directed kick. Teal from behind.
One of Norwood's better players in defence, Jim Teal, back to his old form.
Directly upfield. In front, Leslie. Off hands, Keith Thomas. He had Greg Thomas, but prefers to go it alone. He's got space to work with. He'll have a shot at goal. Chips away short. Payne. Payne thought about playing on 2 or 3 times, in fact. 4 goals against the young half-forward flanker's name. He's directly in front. The distance won't be a problem. Kennedy warming up on the bench, replaces Johnston as Payne gets number 5, and Norwood lead by 43 points. 19 goals, 6 to Port Adelaide, 11-11, 19 minutes into the final turn.
Well, I suppose it goes to prove that the mighty are not invincible. Norwood there, a convincing victory by 32 points. In fact, they were never headed throughout the day, leading by 12, 19, 37, and finally finishing up winning by 32 points. 19-7, 121 to Port Adelaide, 13-11, 89. And the goal kickers for Norwood, young David Payne in a dazzling display on the half-forward flank kicked 5, Gallagher kicked 3, and Menzel and Kelly kicked 2 each, while for Port Adelaide, Evans kicked 4, Bradley 3 and Marnie 2. The best players, McIntosh, best on the ground, and Payne, of course, for his 5 goals, followed by Gallagher, Winter, Kelly, Thiel and Hellier. And for Port Adelaide, Craig Bradley up there, best on the Port list, with Curtis, Leslie, Belton and Harris. And how is it that a side can get thrashed one Sunday by Central District and then come out and topple the league leaders the next week? Maybe it was the moves made by coach Neil Baum. He moved his brother to full back to counter Tim Evans. He had Jim Teal in at centre-half back. He moved Jim McElhaney to centre-half forward and started with Michael Aish in the forward pocket. And that first quarter really told the difference.